remember the night I found the body like it was yesterday. I was 23, working as a fire lookout in Montana's backcountry. My cabin sat perched on a ridge, 7 miles from the nearest trail. No cell service, no neighbors, just me, a two-way radio, and endless forest stretching in every direction. It was late September when I met Sarah at the ranger station. She was maybe 19, all smiles and enthusiasm about her first solo hiking trip. I gave her trail advice, warned her about the weather turning, and watched her disappear into the tree line with her oversized backpack. Sweet kid, I didn't think I'd ever see her again. 3 days later, I woke to someone pounding on my cabin door. It was 2 a.m., the kind of darkness that swallows everything. I grabbed my flashlight and called out, asking who was there. No answer. Just more pounding, desperate and erratic. When I finally cracked the door open, Sarah collapsed into my cabin, covered in mud and blood, her clothes torn to shreds. She couldn't speak, just kept pointing back toward the woods, her whole body shaking. I wrapped her in blankets, tried the radio static. The storm that had rolled in earlier was jamming everything. We were completely cut off. That's when I heard the footsteps on my porch. Heavy, deliberate, circling the cabin slowly, like someone was taking their time, studying every window, every weak point. Sarah's eyes went wide, and she grabbed my arm so hard I thought she'd break it. She managed to whisper 2 words. He followed. Shh. I killed the lights, and we crouched behind the kitchen counter. My service pistol was in the bedroom, across 15 feet of open space. The footsteps stopped at the door. I could see a shadow blocking the gap underneath, shifting back and forth. Then the doorknob started to turn. I had locked it. I was sure I had locked it after Sarah came in. But the knob kept turning, testing. Patient. Whoever was out there knew we were inside, knew we were trapped. And he had all night. The testing stopped. Silence. Sarah was crying now, trying to muffle the sound with her hand. I strained to hear anything, footsteps moving away, a branch snapping, something. Nothing. Just the wind and rain hammering the roof. Then glass shattered in the bedroom. He'd gone around back, smashed the window near my bed. I could hear him climbing through, boots crunching on broken glass, moving through the dark. Sarah and I were pinned. The front door meant running past the bedroom hallway. The back door was in the kitchen, but it opened outward. We'd be exposed for 3, maybe 4 seconds while we fumbled with the bolt. I made a choice. I grabbed the cast iron skillet from the stove and positioned myself at the hallway entrance. Told Sarah to get ready to run. She nodded, tears streaming down her face, and moved to the back door. The hallway was pitch black. I couldn't see him, but I could hear him breathing. Low, almost casual, like he was savoring the moment. Then I heard something else. The soft scrape of metal. Then I heard something else. The soft scrape of metal. He was sharpening a blade, right there in my bedroom, letting us know what was coming. I charged, swung the skillet into the darkness, and connected with something solid. A grunt, a crash. I didn't wait to see what I'd hit. I screamed at Sarah to run, and we burst through the back door into the rain. We ran blindly down the ridge trail, slipping on mud, branches tearing at our faces. Behind us, I could hear him coming, faster than he should have been after taking a skillet to the head. I pulled Sarah off the trail into thick brush, and we pressed ourselves flat into the wet earth. He ran past us. I could see his silhouette against the trees, tall, wearing what looked like a hunting jacket, carrying something long in his right hand. He stopped maybe 20 yards ahead, standing completely still, listening. The rain poured down. My heart was hammering so loud I was sure he'd hear it. Then he laughed. Not a crazy laugh. Worse, a knowing laugh. Like he understood this was a game, and he was willing to play as long as it took. He turned back toward us to I, started walking slowly, scanning the brush. 10 yards away. 5. I could smell him now sweat, and something rotten, like old meat. Sarah's fingernails dug into my wrist. That's when the helicopter spotlight hit. Search and rescue. The storm had broken just enough for them to fly. The spotlight swept across the trail, and I saw his face for the first time gaunt, unshaven, with eyes that reflected the light like an animal's. He bolted into the forest, and the helicopter gave chase. They found us an hour later, hypothermic, but alive. Sarah finally told the whole story. She'd camped near an abandoned hunting lodge. He'd been living there. Had been for months, maybe years. When she'd stumbled onto it, he decided she couldn't leave. She'd escaped while he slept, ran 7 miles through the forest to my cabin. The police searched for 3 weeks, found the lodge, found evidence of others who hadn't been as lucky as Sarah, but they never found him. I finished my season and quit. Sarah moved back east, changed her name. We don't talk about that night, even though we still text sometimes. Because we both know the same truth somewhere out there in some isolated corner of the wilderness, he's still in that cabin, still sharpening that blade. Still waiting for the next person who wanders too far from the trail. And the worst part, I still wonder if he remembers us, if he knows our names, if he's patient enough to wait years for us to come back. If this story made your skin crawl, hit that like button and subscribe. Trust me, the next 2 stories will make you question ever stepping foot in the woods again. You don't want to miss what happened to the family in story 2. Stay scared.